Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching the 2021 version of West Side Story, starring Ansel Elgort, Rachel Zegler, Rita Moreno, David Alvarez, and Mike Faist. Now, when it comes to the original 1961 West Side Story, most people recognize it as an undeniable classic that basically set the standard for a lot of other movie musicals. So, remaking such an iconic story, let alone 60 years later, was not going to be an easy task. But with a director like Steven Spielberg and a screenplay writer like Tony Kushner, it was certainly possible. And it's actually one of the few films that not only meets the original film, but could actually be compared to it, and people could find that some aspects that are actually kind of better than the original. Now, when it comes to if this is actually overall better than the 1961 film, I think it's a matter of debate. But the point is, it's a really good musical in what's been a pretty good year for musicals. Let's get to the story, shall we? The story revolves around the Jets and the Sharks, a white gang and a Puerto Rican gang in New York who do not get along and who are definitely going through the racial divide and tensions that you'd expect from the time period. However, when one of the guys named Tony, played by Ansel Elgort, and one of the Puerto Rican girls named Maria, played by Rachel Zegler, fall in love, it causes tensions to flare up even more between the two sides, to the point where some wonder if Tony and Maria can even remain in love when both of their groups of people hate each other and are at their throats all the time, and if their fight will bring the city apart and take a few lives with it. But that's all I'll say about the story. The story is actually really good at making sure the tone is consistent throughout, while still having a ton of fun musical numbers that fit these characters and fit the time period. Not only do the songs have a lot of the same melodies and a lot of the same charm as the original, but they're updated with more modernized choreography and more modernized cinematography that could only be done with more modern technology. The budget for the film is $100 million, and you can definitely see that, considering how much choreography and how much dancing practice the actors must have had. All the amazing looking sets, especially during the musical numbers, and the fact that Ansel Elgort and Rachel Zegler I buy them as a couple. Heck, even Rita Moreno, when she plays Valentina, she happens to deliver a lot of powerful energy, to the point where I didn't even recognize that she was the original Maria in the 1961 film. All the songs are here. The Jets song, the Mr. Kupner song, Maria, America, they're all here and they all sound wonderful. The cast clearly had a lot of fun making these, and you can see a lot of that energy come off of that. But when people aren't singing, the film still manages to be really interesting, with a lot of strong dialogue, strong acting, and definitely quite a few dramatic moments from the actors, especially towards the third act. It's definitely a film that makes you feel pretty sad near the end, which contrasts well with all the musical numbers that basically act as the levity in between all the dark stuff. It's definitely one of those musicals where the tone never feels inconsistent despite all the fun times, and where it knows when to be serious and when to be funny. While it also happens to keep its themes and its central story relevant here as it was 60 years ago, really showing that some things really never change, even though both films obviously take place in the same time period. So yeah, I definitely think this is not only a musical for you guys to enjoy, but in the same year as In the Heights, Vivo, and Encanto, it's another musical that I think could be up there with one of the best of the whole year. That's why I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. See you next time.